Please give me a whole tray of... Thank you.
Before the video starts, about 98% of you guys are not subscribed. Subscribing and clicking that bell does help me out a lot in doing what I really want to do. Thank you guys so much for all your support. What is going on, guys? Rogue TCG here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck profile. This is going to be Scrap Orcust. This is a commenter. He brought this up, and I remember playing Scrap Orcust a while back, so I decided I wanted to see the pool of cards that we have and see if I could build more of like a pure Scrap Orcust build instead of focusing on the Cartesia stuff that I've been focusing on recently, because I feel like this Scrap Orcust build, I believe there actually has some legs. So that's enough yapping. Let's get into the deck profile, and if y'all get this video to 1,000 views, I'll do a combo tutorial for it. So share it, like it, subscribe. You guys already saw it, but it really helps me out a lot. Okay, and now on to the deck profile. We are running with Triple Gearsu the Orcust Mekk-Knight. This is one of our one-card starters. This deck is functionally, I want every single card in it to be a one-card starter of some sort, or to be able to have flexibility in order to work with the one-card starters that I have. So like extenders and such. So Triple Gearsu, we are only running one Nightmare, a little bit of a smaller Orcust package, but due to some of the cards that we're playing, we're running 2 World Wand, because we will be banishing our Orcust a lot more frequently. And since we're running less Orcust, running 2 World Wand means it makes it easier to recycle our Orcusts, because our Gearsu can send World Wand, even though it's not named an Orcust card. So we're on 1 Nightmare, 2 World Wand, 1 Harp Horror, and a Symbol Skeleton. Next, for our scraps, we are on Triple Scrap Raptor and Triple Scrap Recycler. Raptor is just another copy of Recycler. And Recycler is the entire combo by itself. It's actually a little bit better than Gearsu, in my opinion, for setting up the combo, because it's a lot. The combo goes a lot further since Scrap Recycler isn't a hard once per turn. So this combo is going to, like, basically activate it, like, 3 times. Then we're going to have 1 Scrap Golem, which is going to help our combo. This is a Garnet. Another Garnets, we have Phantom Beast O-Line and Jet Synchron. These are soft Garnets. As long as we have one of these in the deck, we can do our thing. Another thing we're able to do is our Machinas. Our Machinas I consider our honorary scraps, to be honest, because they all work very well with Recycler, being able to send any low-level Earth machine. So we can't actually send these off the Scrap Recycler. However, we have other ways to access them. Like we have 1 Fortress where we can discard machines in order to special summon this card from hand or grave. Very powerful. Machina Cannon, you can send 1 or more machines from your hand to the grave to special it, and it gains attack. Irrelevant. It's a body that summons itself after discarding a card that's a machine. And then Machina Ruin Force, you can special summon it from your grave by banishing machine monsters from your grave whose total levels equal 12 or more. And then it has an effect that's irrelevant, but it's a 4600 body that we can special summon from our grave by banishing machines that we can then in turn get back with our World Wand. It kind of works along with the Orcust game plan, and it is a dark, so we can summon it under the Orcust lock. Next, for some of our like non-engine monsters, we're on double Therion King Regulus and double Kashtira Fenrir. Regulus, it can come down early in the combo before we actually activate our Orcust effects in order to put a monster negate on board. Not even a monster, just an Omni. And then Fenrir is just an extender that we can put on board to disincentivize our opponents from activating monster effects as long as they have anything on board. Next, our spells. Triple Machina Redeployment. This card says discard a card, add 2 Machina monsters with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. That's why we're playing Machina Cannon. We always want to have 2 different Machinas in our deck in order to search with redeployment at least once. We're only really activating 1 copy of this. But this also lets us discard cards in our hand that we want to be discarding, extra cards, etc., etc. So we're going to be playing, we play 3 of these. It doesn't lock us or anything, so it's still very powerful. Double Scrapyard, it adds our Scrap Raptor, which then in turn adds our Scrap Recycler. This deck, compared to the Cartesia build, however, something I've noticed is I believe it loses a lot harder to draw than the Cartesia build does, because this deck seems like it wants to search quite frequently, at least in terms of the Scrap Raptor, deployment, and Scrap Yard. But that's just my 2 cents. 1 Orchestrated Battle for our Orcust plays, and World Icy Succession, which we do search with our Scrap Recycler combo.
two Book of Moons in order to flip our Recycler or our Gearsus down, or even our Raptors maybe, in order to dodge Effective Ailer and Imperm. One Called by the Grave to functionally do the same thing. It doesn't stop Imperm, but can't stop Ash. One Foolish Burial because this deck is Foolish Burial.deck, so just having one on a spell activation is powerful. One Droplet, this is kind of just a consideration, like Droplet is still very powerful in Orcust, and I very much like the card in Orcust. Previously, it didn't have it when it was previously meta relevant because Harp got banned before Droplet even came out, so it wasn't even like in the mind space of the playing populace. But I believe Droplet is very, very powerful in Orcust. And now that Arise Heart isn't really a thing, the only Macrocosmos-like effect that can basically turn it off is exactly Herald of the Arclight and Dimensional Shifter. Anyway, small little micro tangent about Droplet out of the way. Orcust Crescendo, just because we are playing Orcust. And triple infinite impermanence for our hand trap of choice. There's a lot of choices in this deck, like the double world wand. You can even choose to cut the Machina stuff completely in lieu of hand traps. I just really wanted to play with the Machinas. I like playing combo heavy decks without playing hand traps just because it's a lot of fun. But I do, when I make super competitive deck profiles like the Cartesian stuff, I'm going to make sure there's hand traps and interaction and stuff in there. Now onto the extra deck. We have one Salamangreat All Mirage, one Link Grivo, one IP Masquerena, and an SP Little Knight to pair with it, Scrap Wyvern, Double Galatea, and Lib. Lib and Scrap Wyvern are used in our basic Scrap Recycler combo, like they're the backbone of it. Nightmare Unicorn, in order to shuffle opponent's stuff back. We have a lot of discard cards, cards that want to be discarded. Even the Machina stuff wants to be discarded, so having functionally another form of removal that we can link into with IP Masquerena off into is just very powerful. Same with Longirsu, it's just removal. This deck can make Apollousa pretty easily during its first combo since you're not dark locked, and the Scrap Recycler combo can pivot into Apollousa. In my opinion, I personally don't like making Apollousa. I like having varied interaction at multiple points in aspects. So when I do my combo, I leave Lib on the field with the IP Masquerena in order to have multiple interaction points when I use the IP Masquerena effect on my opponent's turn, because I'll be linking the Lib off. But if y'all want a combo tutorial and I'll show y'all that, I will put one out within the next week and a half or so. And then lastly, an Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker is a lot better in this build than in another Orcust build. Lib is a light, we were Scrap Wyvern is an earth, and Almirage is a fire. Our potential is just a lot higher, even a wind with Apollousa. We have every attribute in here except for water. Double Dingirsu and a Typhon Crisis. Sky Crisis, I apologize. And that's going to round out that list. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you still are. I very much appreciate all the support. If you all guys liked, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and lets me do what I really want to be doing. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.